Hello friends, welcome to this video. In this video series, we'll be discussing previous year question paper of LDCE exam for the year 2019 and 2020. This video will cover questions mainly from the topic leave rules and GFR, with some questions also from DFPR and a couple of questions from LDCE and holiday homes. We'll be starting from question number 86 and we'll try to cover questions till question number 120. The purpose of this video is to show you how UPSC frame questions and from which sources UPSC is framing questions. Sources I refer are official sources, and that's the place from which we have to prepare. We are not referring to any notes or something. We'll be referring to all the official sources which are in public domain, like GFR rules, OM on leave rules or CCS leave rules, etc. So let's start with question number 86 quickly. In the event of death of a government servant, what would be the order of preference in the case of the following surviving members of his family for the purpose of payment of cash equivalent of leave salary? तो अगर कोई गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट की डेथ हो जाती है तो लीव सैलरी उसके फैमिली मेम्बर्स को मिलेगी, लेकिन क्या सीक्वेंस होगा? सो फॉर दैट वी विल refer to page 33 of CCS Leave Rules 1972, which were last updated on 24th September 2024. On page 33, we have rule number 39C. As per this rule, first person will be the widow, but in the options we don't have widow. Next will be eldest surviving son, so which is number 3. Then eldest surviving unmarried daughter, then eldest surviving widowed daughter, then father, and then the mother. So as per this, I have written the sequence on the right side, 4, 5, 1. If you will arrange it in the options, you will get the right answer, which is option number A. Next question is again on leave rules. Which of the following in the context of CCS leave rules 1972 are not correct? So for this, we will refer to page 27 of leave rules. The statement 1 is saying the leave granted as leave preparatory to retirement may include extraordinary leave. Actually, it does not include extraordinary leave as per note given in para 38, leave preparatory to retirement. So this statement is wrong. Statement 2 says for the purpose of encashment of leave, the shortfall in earned leave may be made up by commutation of half pay leave. So for this, we will go to page number 30. As per page number 30, in para C, it is written that no commutation of half pay leave shall be admissible. Hence, this statement is also incorrect. Next statement says the overall limit for encashment of leave, including both EL and HPL, shall not exceed 300 days. So for this, we'll refer to page 30 again. Just above this para C, it is written here that overall limit for encashment of leave, including both earned leave and half pay leave, shall not exceed 300 days. Hence, this statement is true. So the right answer will be option A, 1 and 2 only, because the question is asking statements which are not correct. So I am repeating this again. Whenever you find this statement not correct, you please write this here somewhere here before you start solving, so that when you come to the options, you will know that question is asking incorrect statements, because you might forget by the time you solve the options. Okay, so please bear that in mind. It will save you valuable marks. Next question is question number 88. So it is saying that consider the following statements regarding half pay leave under CCS leave rules 1972. Statement 1 says half pay leave shall be granted on medical certificate only. So now if you go to page number 23 of the CCS leave rules, it is given that in para 23 4, just 1 second, This page 24, now page 23. Yes, here on the right side you can see on in para 5 it is written that it can be granted also on private affairs. Therefore statement 1 is wrong. Statement 2 says while affording credit of HPL, fraction of a day shall be ignored. Now for this we'll refer to para 5. It says that while affording credit of half pay leave, fraction of a day shall be rounded off to the nearest day, so it will not be ignored. Hence this statement is also incorrect. Next statement says HPL shall be credited to the leave account of a GS at the rate of 5 by 3 days for each completed calendar month of service which he is likely to render in the half year of the calendar year in which he is appointed. So for this we'll again go little upwards on page 22. In rule 29 sub rule 2a, this is given as correct and statement 3 is correct. So right answer will be option 3 only, which is C. Next question is, in terms of CCS leave rules, leave should not ordinarily be denied during. So statement C is right, last 10 years of service. For this you can refer to DOPT OM dated 27th of March 2001, which says that the purpose of leave is that government servant returns to the work in a refreshed and relaxed manner, and leaves should not be denied and leave should be planned so that it does not also happen that पूरा ऑफिस ही leave पे चला गया. So especially in last 10 years of service it should not be denied. This is also mentioned, hence the right answer is option C. Next, I'm not showing the OM to save time. You can download it from internet or you can take it from our Telegram group. Next question says, which of the following statements in context of leave rules are correct? Statement 1 says commuted leave may be granted up to 60 days without medical to a female GS having less than 2 surviving children on adoption of a child. So too many things mentioned here. If you read here, first is commuted leave, then is 60 days, then it is without medical, then female GS, then having less than 2 surviving children, then adoption. So many terms are here. Let's see page 38. So on page 38 let's go to rule number 43b and let's go to sub rule 3b, which is saying that in continuation of child adoption leave and in case of valid adoption. So valid adoption is that GS has less than 2 surviving children for the purpose of leave, and leave can be committed not exceeding 60 days without production of medical certificate. So that's what is question saying. And the para 1 is saying here that a female GS with fewer than 2 children is entitled for child adoption leave. So all these things, if you read together, rule 1 and rule 3b, you will make the sense. So statement 1 is correct. Next statement is medical certificate shall not be necessary for commuted leave in continuation of maternity leave. So first thing is that commuted leave can be taken in continuation of maternity leave, so that is true. For this we'll go to page 36. Next, in continuation of maternity leave, and now we'll address the first part. Notwithstanding the requirement of production of medical certificate, that is, without the requirement of production of medical certificate, leave of any kind given inadmissible, including commuted leave, can be granted in continuation of maternity leave. So this statement is also right. Next statement says leave not due shall be debited either against the HPL or the EL the government servant may earn subsequently. So there are two parts of this question. Part 1, this is correct, and the second part, this is incorrect. For this we'll refer to page 24 of the leave rules, and para 31 1c, this has been covered. 31.1 and then C, leave not due shall be debited against half pay leave, shall be debited against the half pay leave. There is no mention of EL, and this half pay leave is also the GS is expected to earn subsequently. Hence, statement 3 is incorrect. Child adoption leave shall not be debited against the earned leave account. So we saw it earlier on page 38 that in subpara 4 that, one second, on page 38 we are here in para 4 it is saying that child adoption leave shall not be debited against the leave account. So this is the right keyword which is missing, so this statement is also wrong. Hence statement 1 and 2 are right only, and correct answer is A, 1 and 2 only. Next question is, now we are starting with GFR rules. So let's open the latest GFR rules 2021. So here I have opened the GFR rules, the base version of which was released in 2017, and it has been updated lastly in July 2024. Some more amendments keep on coming, but this is enough for the purpose of answering the questions of this paper. Because this paper was of year 2019-2020, some rules were changed because recently, if you are aware, GFR has been revised. A lot of financial limits have been increased, like without three quotations you can now buy a good or service up to the value of 50,000 rupees. Similarly, other rules have changed and limits have been increased. So let's start with question 91. It says that what is the threshold value above which all losses of immovable property such as buildings, communications or other works caused by fire, flood, cyclone, earthquake or any other natural cause shall be reported at once by subordinate authority concerned to government through proper channel or through usual channel. So the keyword here is subordinate authority through usual channel, which is, we'll see where it is mentioned, and threshold value is asked in case of immovable property loss caused by these factors. So for this we'll refer to page number 9 of GFR rules. Is a big PDF. Under rule 35 it is written that limit is 50,000 rupees. Here I have underlined this thing, hence right option is on B, 50,000. Next question, which of the following is not covered under the definition of goods as per GFR? So for that you can refer to rule 33 on page 143. Page 33, rule 143. Rule 143 says that commodity, livestock and software which are mentioned at option A, B, C are goods, and publications is not covered anywhere here. Hence we can mark D as the right answer. It is also mentioned here that excludes books, publications, periodicals, so it is given specifically here. This is not a good. The definition of good does not include publications, so right answer is D. Next question 93. Which of the following statements regarding advance payments to suppliers are correct in terms of GFR 2017? सो जब भी हम कुछ काम अलोकेट करते हैं तो सप्लायर को एडवांस पेमेंट चाहिए होता है टू परचेज रॉ मटेरियल और टू स्टार्ट द वर्क. तो क्या क्या केसेस हैं अगर प्राइवेट सप्लायर है या गवर्नमेंट सप्लायर है? तो क्वेश्चन इज बेस्ड ऑन दीज टर्म्स. इसके लिए हमें पेज 26 पे जाना होगा. पेज 26 में रूल 172 में कवर्ड है एडवांस पेमेंट. रूल 1 सेकेंड. सो यहाँ पेज नंबर थोड़ा सा टाइप हो गया. इट इज़ 43 नॉट 1 not 26. So rule number is correct. Rule number 172 1. So in case of statement 1 it is saying that advance payment should not exceed 30% of the contract value in case of private firms. So yes, this is correct, 30% in case of private firms. Next statement says advance payment should not exceed 40% when contract value when it is given to a state or central government agency. So this is also true, central or public sector or state agency. Next statement says advance payment should not exceed 30% of contract value when given to a PSU. So Whether it is a central government agency or a PSU, it is 40%, not 30%. So this is incorrect. It is 40%. Hence, statement 3 is incorrect. So now let's see if there is any statement 4 also. Yes, we have statement 4. In case of maintenance contract, the amount of advance payment should not exceed the amount payable for 3 months under the contract. So in case of maintenance contract, here we are mentioning here that it is 6 months, not 3 months. So this is also incorrect. So the right answer is option 1 and 2 only. So the next question is 94. Which of the following is monetary limit for purchase of goods other than automobiles through the supplier having lowest price and meeting the requisite quality specification delivery period after mandatorily obtaining bids using online bidding or reverse auction tool provided on GEM portal. Now this limit has been increased from 5 lakh to rupees 10 lakhs as per the new GFR rules, but the question comes from Rule 149 on page number 34. So Rule 149 gives this limit. On para Rule 149 sub Rule 2 says that above 50,000 and up to rupees 10 lakhs, the seller having the lowest price can be chosen using tools like online bidding and reverse auction on GEM portal. Earlier this limit was 5 lakhs. So the right answer will be 5 lakhs for this paper, but in future if this question is asked, it will be from 50,000 to rupees 10 lakhs. Next question, 95. Which one of the following is the form in which accounts for assets of historical or artistic value held by museum government departments shall be kept in terms of GFR? So for this we'll go to page 53. On page 53 under rule 211 it is mentioned that this record has to be kept in the form number GFR 24. So the right answer is option A. So far we have seen that questions have been very direct. तो जिन्होंने भी डायरेक्ट सोर्सेस से प्रिपेयर किया है, जैसे लीव रूल्स की PDF है, आपकी GFR रूल्स की PDF है, तो आप मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस को इजीली सॉल्व कर देंगे. सो डोंट रन बिहाइंड एनी नोट्स. थोड़ा टाइम लगाएं, थोड़ा प्रिपरेशन जल्दी स्टार्ट करें, ऑफिशियल सोर्सेस को रेफ़र करें एंड रिवाइज करें. आई एम श्योर दैट यू विल गेट वेरी हाई स्कोर. This strategy will work not just for this year, it will work for future years as well. You can check our other videos where we have discussed the questions from previous years of 2023, 2020, 2021. Yes, of course the level of questions has become little tough. थोड़े से questions indirect हैं, थोड़े से questions different sources से हैं, but ऑफिशियल सोर्सेज से ही पूछे जा रहे हैं. तो जितने ज़्यादा ऑफिशियल सोर्सेज को आप रेफ़र करके प्रिपेयर करेंगे उतना ही आपकी प्रिपरेशन अच्छी और सॉलिड रहेगी और उतने ही आपके मार्क्स ज़्यादा आएंगे. सो लेट्स मूव टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. व्हाट परसेंटेज ऑफ द असेस्ड और रिजर्व प्राइस ऑफ द गुड्स शुड बी ऑर्डिनरली बी फर्निश्ड as bid security by the bidders for disposal of goods through advertised tender in terms of the provisions of GFR 2017. Now one question I'll ask, what is the difference between security deposit, which is bid security, and performance guarantee? So please post your answer in the comment box. We'll appreciate the correct answer. So for this question we'll go to page 55. On page 55 under rule 219 C it is said that it should be 10%, and the right answer is option D. Next question number 97. A contract in which the price payable for supplies or services under the contract is determined on the basis of actual cost of production of the supplies or services concerned plus profit either at fixed rate per unit or at fixed percentage on the actual cost of production is called. So बहुत टाइप से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होते हैं. दिस टाइप ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज कॉल्ड कॉस्ट प्लस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. इसकी एग्जैक्ट डेफिनेशन आपको पेज 59 पे मिल जाएगी. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू दैट पेज. Already this whole definition is covered here. So right answer is option A. Next question, when a ministry or department of the government of India requires funds to incur unforeseen expenditure in excess of its sanctioned grant and there is no sufficient time for the voting of the supplementary demand and passing of the connected appropriation bill before close of the financial year, the ministry may obtain funds through advance from which of these sources? तो फंड्स चाहिए, अनफोर्सिन एक्सपेंडिचर करना है, पहली बात तो यहाँ पे सैंक्शन ग्रांट ख़त्म हो चुका है, वोटिंग के लिए टाइम नहीं है, पार्लियामेंट के लिए सप्लीमेंट्री डिमांड आपकी कोई है, एक्स्ट्रा मनी आप ले रहे हैं वो भी नहीं है, उसके पास होने का भी टाइम नहीं है बिल का, फाइनेंशियल ईयर के ख़त्म होने के क्लोज में आ गए हैं. सो द राइट आंसर इन दिस केस विल बी कॉन्टिजेंसी फंड ऑफ इंडिया. फॉर दिस यू कैन रेफर टू पेज नंबर 16. On page 16, in Rule 67(1), it is mentioned that contingency fund of India can be leveraged. Next question is 99. Consider the following questions regarding कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैनेजमेंट. ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैनेजमेंट जो थीम है बहुत बार रिपीट होती है 2020, 2023, 2021, 2022 इन सब ईयर्स में इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है. सो लेट्स गो टू पेज 58 फर्स्ट वेयर दिस क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग फ्रॉम. ओके, तो पेज 58 पे रूल 224 के अंडर ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया, चैप्टर 8 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैनेजमेंट. सो सी इन year 2023 here question 99 was asked and same question number 99 in 2019 and 2020. So see how UPSC is framing the questions, it's superb. Let's see statement 1, all the contracts and assurances of property made in exercise of executive powers of union shall be executed on behalf of the president. Yes, true as per rule 224 sub rule 2. Here it is correct. Statement 2 says the terms of contract must be precise, definite and without any ambiguities. So for that we'll refer to rule 225. Here it is given in subpara 1 that terms of contract should be precise. Next statement says in case of standard forms of contracts are not used, legal and financial advice should be taken in drafting the clause of the contract. Yes, this is also true as per rule 225 sub rule 3 that legal advice should be sought. Next statement says contract document where necessary should be executed within 2 weeks of the issue of letter of acceptance. So it is not 2 weeks, it is 21 days. Again it is given in sub rule 6 here in page 59. In sub rule 6, contract document should be executed within 21 days of the issue of letter of acceptance. तो ऐसा नहीं आपने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है और जो उसके अंदर टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस हैं वो स्टार्ट ही हुआ है, काम स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ है. सो उसके लिए भी टाइम लिमिट फिक्स की गई GFR में 21 डेज़ की. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, सो फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन राइट आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन A 1, 2 and 3 only as only in correct statement is 4. Statement, okay, so question 100 now. Which of one of the following departments is vested with the powers to grant the government of India guarantee, including those on external borrowings? So for this we'll refer to page number 85. Let's go to page number 85. So as per rule 275, the power is vested with the Department of Economic Affairs, DEA. Here as the right option is option A. Next question is 101. Again on GFR, too many questions on GFR. Like every year we have around 15 to 20 minimum questions coming from GFR. So आपका एक क्वेश्चन अगर 1.25 मार्क्स का होता है तो GFR अगर आपकी सॉलिड है तो 35 मार्क्स आपके कंफर्म है आउट ऑफ 150 मार्क्स. एंड 35 मार्क्स इज अ गुड स्कोर इफ़ यू जस्ट सी वन सोर्स. और बाकी सोर्सेज अगर आप बाद में करें तो पहले GFR से ज़रूर स्टार्ट करें. GFR के बाद DFPR, देन other topics like MOP, etc. Question 101 says, as per Government of India guidelines on debarment of firms from bidding ordinarily, the period of debarment should not be less than how many months? So this question is not directly from GFR. It has been dealt under guidelines on Department of Firms by Government of India, which mentions that the department period should be at least 6 months and not less than that. Hence, the right option will be option B. Let me open this guidelines and show you the source. So I opened the guidelines here on the right side of the screen. It was issued in November 2021 by DOE through an OM. So on page 7, if you'll go the last page of this, on para 23, it is mentioned that the period should not be less than 6 months. Hence, the right answer will be option number B. Next, question 102 says, who among the following is the competent authority to approve creation of new autonomous organizations in terms of the provisions of GFR 2017? Authority to approve creation of new autonomous organizations. So let's see GFR rules again. So we have come to page number 63 of GFR. Under Rule 229, subpara 1, it is mentioned that the authority will be cabinet. So right answer is option A. Next question is, Rule 265 of GFR provides that external aid shall flow from the funding agency in foreign currency or Indian rupees and shall be received by whom? तो इसके लिए we'll go to page 81 of GFR again. As per Rule 265, it will be received by RBI. And which branch of RBI? Mumbai. So थोड़े से क्वेश्चन टफ हैं. कभी कभी यूपीएससी कुछ टॉपिक्स में से कुछ टफ क्वेश्चन भी बनाता है जो बहुत फैक्चुअल होते हैं, बट एक्चुअली दिस इज़ द क्वेश्चन वेयर सम स्टूडेंट्स विल गेन एन एज. जिन्होंने पीडीएफ कई बार रिवाइज की है उनको डेफिनेटली ये रिमेंबर होगा एग्ज़ाम हॉल में जाने से पहले कि आरबीआई मुंबई का जिक्र कहीं हुआ है पूरी पीडीएफ में, एक ही जगह हुआ है. सो दे कैन टेक दैट रिस्क एंड दे विल गेट एडिशनल मार्क्स. And other thing also कि 120 में से 10 to 15 questions will be from those topics which are very difficult to solve. Topics may be easy but questions will be asked in a deep. बहुत पुराने OM से होंगे या इस तरह के डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस आपको नहीं मिलेंगे. आपको रूल कट कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं मिलेगा, आपको अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा रूल को, उसमें एनालिसिस करना पड़ेगा या लॉजिक लगाना पड़ेगा, तब जाके आप उनको सॉल्व कर पाएंगे. तो डेट requires a lot of deep preparation and application of mind. तो वो क्वेश्चंस को छोड़ भी सकते हैं, हमें सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं करने हैं. अगर आप 100 क्वेश्चंस भी कर लेते हैं देन यू विल गेट 125 मार्क्स. एंड आई थिंक अगर आप 125 मार्क्स ले आएंगे तो आप डेफिनेटली टॉपर होंगे अपने मिनिस्ट्री के. तो लेट्स मूव ऑन टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नाउ. हमने स्ट्रेटजी भी थोड़ी डिस्कस कर लिया, बेसिक स्ट्रेटजी कि किस तरह से अप्रोच करना है इस क्वेश्चन पेपर को. ऑफिशियल सोर्सेज, करेक्ट टॉपिक्स चूज़ करने हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज 104. इन टर्म्स ऑफ GFR 2017, TA क्लेम ऑफ अ GS शेल फॉल ड्यू फॉर पेमेंट ऑन द डेट सक्सीडिंग द डेट ऑफ कंप्लीशन ऑफ जर्नी. ठीक है, डेट ऑफ कंप्लीशन ऑफ जर्नी से ड्यू हो जाएगा. What is time limit for submitting of TA claim beyond which the claim shall stand forfeited in case no advance was drawn with the government servant? So ये क्वेश्चन इसी पेपर में घुमा के रिपीट हुआ है. आई विल शो यू वेयर. रिमेंबर दिस क्वेश्चन नंबर. सो द राइट आंसर इज विदिन 60 days ऑफ इट्स बिकमिंग ड्यू. अगर एडवांस लिया है तो 30 days होगा, बट हेयर क्वेश्चन मैंशनिंग व्हेन नो एडवांस वॉज ड्रॉन. So in this case it will be 60 days. Let's go to page 91. In rule 290 it is mentioned it is 60 days here. Let me highlight again little bit. 60 days. और ये क्वेश्चन वापस रिपीट हुआ है 292. क्वेश्चन नंबर अभी यहाँ मेंशन नहीं है. We'll see this same thing in this PDF again. So due date is, in case of advance, is 30 days in case of advance, but this question has been repeated in terms of LDCE rules. This question is generally for any other TA claim, and when advance is not drawn during LDCE it is 60 days. So right answer is option B. Let's move on to next question, which is question number 105. Which one of the following types of sanctions is are not required to be endorsed to audit officer. थोड़ा सा फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन है, याद करना पड़ेगा, बट ये पूछा जाता है बार बार, सो आप बेटर है इसको डेफिनेटली रिवाइज करें। ये 7 पे हम पहुंच गए हैं। पेज 7 पे अंडर which rule it is covered? It is covered under rule number 30, lapse of sanctions. नहीं, यहाँ covered नहीं है, this is covered under other topic जो ऊपर से चलता आ रहा है, which is procedure for communications of sanctions, rule 29. so इसमें यहाँ पे mentioned है कि in sub rule 11 that copies of all sanctions other than the following types of sanctions should be endorsed to audit. तो इसमें आपका जो ऑप्शन आ गया वो है at B it is statement 1 which is given at B, this, then it is statement 2 sanctions of contingent expenditure incurred under the powers of head of office, so under F it is also given. Then all sanctions related to creation or continuation or abolition of post, it is given as C. And sanctions relating to the grant of advances of central government employees, it is given as option A. so all these 4 are correct, ये चारों ही communicate नहीं करना है. So the right answer is 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is option D. Let's move on to next question on GFR. Who among the following is responsible for prescribing the form of accounts of union and states and to frame or revise rules and manuals relating to behalf of President of India? So for this we'll refer to page 18 of this PDF. On page 18 in rule 72 it is given that these Controller General of Accounts in the Ministry of Finance, which this CGA comes under Department of Expenditure, it's a hierarchy, is the concerned agency who will prescribe the form of accounts for union and states both. So option B is the right answer. Next question 107, it says that what is the periodicity of physical verification of books provided for in GFR in respect of libraries having more than 20,000 volumes when up to 50,000 volumes. So in page 53 54 this has been mentioned at bottom. In rule 215 physical verification of books under sub rule 1 it is said that for libraries having more than 20,000 but up to 50,000 verification should be done at least once in 3 years. So the option C is the right option, once in 3 years. Let's move on to next question. Which of the following are categorized as losses not due to depreciation in terms of GFR? So there are two types of losses, due to depreciation and normal wear and tear losses. So at page 56 57 we are getting the right answer. So one is losses due to depreciation under rule 223.2 and other are losses not due to depreciation under 222.3. so if we go to the question, it is asking losses not due to depreciation. So this and this 1 and 3 are covered here and here. So option 1 and 3 are the only losses which are not due to depreciation as per GFR, and the right answer is D, 1 and 3 only. Other two are covered and losses due to depreciation, and we are asked in question losses not due to depreciation. Let's move on to question number 109. All the ministries departments are required to project their annual procurement plan of goods and services on the GEM portal within how many days of the budget approval? तो मिनिस्ट्रीज डिपार्टमेंट्स को अपना क्या प्लान है उस साल का प्रोक्योरमेंट का जैम पोर्टल पे अपलोड करना होगा, ताकि एक क्लैरिटी रहे गवर्नमेंट के पास कि खर्चा आने के बाद डिसाइड नहीं हो रहा है, खर्चा आते ही डिसाइड हो गया कि पूरे साल भर में क्या एक्टिविटीज़ होंगी मोटा मोटा. लेट्स गो ऑन टू पेज 35 टू सी what is mentioned in the GFR rules. So GFR rule says that 30 days बजट के आने के अप्रूवल के बाद मिनिस्ट्रीज़ को अपना प्लान अपलोड करना है जैम पोर्टल पे. You can read more details later on when you have time. So option B is the right answer. Next question is asked from a Government of India order. Which one of the following is not a restrictive and discriminatory condition against the local suppliers as per the Public Procurement Preference to Make in India order dated 2017? So इसमें क्लास 1 लोकल सप्लायर होता है, क्लास 2 लोकल सप्लायर होता है. सो डिफाइंड किया गया है कि क्लास 1 कौन होगा, क्लास 2 कौन होगा. सो जब बिड एवेल्यूएट होती हैं तो उनका स्टेटस क्लास 1, क्लास 2 नॉन लोकल सप्लायर के टर्म्स में किया जाता है. फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस गिवन टू क्लास 1 सप्लायर, सेकंड इज क्लास 2 एंड थर्ड इज नॉन लोकल. But the idea is not to discriminate, but the idea is to promote the local supplier having more made in India content, and depending on the percentage of local content category is decided. जिसके अंदर सबसे ज़्यादा लोकल कंटेंट होगा वो क्लास 1 होगा, उसके बाद क्लास 2, और जिसमें सबसे कम होगा या बिल्कुल नहीं होगा वो नॉन लोकल सप्लायर में कैटेगरी में फॉल करेगा. बट दिस इज़ नॉट अ डिस्क्रिमिनेटरी क्राइटेरिया, इट इज़ जस्ट अ क्राइटेरिया टू प्रमोट द मेक इन इंडिया products, and this is the order which is referred in the question. You can read more on by googling this order. So right answer is option C. Next we are coming to DFPR rules now. So all financial powers not specifically delegated to any authority by DFPR vests with whom? So ये question हर पेपर में ऑलमोस्ट रिपीट होता है. So for that we will refer to DFPR rules. पेट क्वेश्चन है यूपीएससी का, पेज 111 पे इसका आंसर मिलेगा हमें. So under rule 6 it is given, sorry this page number is incorrect actually, the correct page number is 11. Actually the question number is 111, so by mistake I wrote 111 here. ये तो बेसिक्स है तो स्टार्टिंग में ही कवर्ड है PDF के. So residuary financial powers falls with Ministry of Finance. So the right answer is option D. और केवल residuary powers including the powers to create an abolition of posts will also fall with Ministry of Finance. ये एक नया पार्ट है जो पूछा जा सकता है सेपरेटली. सो ये बेसिक्स पे फोकस ज़रूर करें, इस पे सिंपल सा स्टेटमेंट आ सकता है नेक्स्ट ईयर. लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. In terms of DFPR, the competent authority for continuation of posts of JS and below level, subject to continuation of scheme or projects for which these posts were initially sanctioned, is whom? So for this we'll refer to page 100 of DFPR rules. So here in para 6, para 6.2, it is mentioned that proposal for continuation of temporary post up to selection grade pay level 12, it shall be considered by the administrative secretary in consultation with financial advisor, subject to condition that purpose of for which temporary post is created is further approved. Right now, after this it is said in para 6.3 for continuation of posts except as mentioned in sub para 6.2. So 6.2 is mentioned about temporary post. So 6.2 को हम रेफर करेंगे जहाँ पे बाकी पोस्ट की बात की जा रही है. उस केस में if we go ahead, it is said that proposal may be referred to Department of Expenditure through FD, because FD is the linking department between linking division between Ministry of Finance and the Administrative Ministry, with the approval of secretary concerned. So the option D is the right answer. Department of Expenditure is the final authority to approve the continuation of posts. Let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following schedules of DFPR 1978 contains the powers to incur contingent expenditure? So before this new DFPR rules came in 2021, we had the old DFPR of 1978. उसमें शेड्यूल्स में डिवाइडेड था पूरा DFPR. अब ये शेड्यूल्स सारे क्रैश कर दिए हैं, नए DFPR में शेड्यूल्स का मेंशन नहीं है. बट फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ सॉल्विंग दिस क्वेश्चन The right answer is Schedule 5. The powers to incur contingent expenditure is given in Schedule 5. So that answer is C. Next question is the transfer of funds from one primary unit of appropriation to another unit is called reappropriation. Very basic question. You can refer to GFR DFPR rules. नए पुराने दो में मिल जाएगा. नए वाले के पेज 10 पे सब पैरा के में डेफिनेशन दी हुई है reappropriation की. Next question is again DFPR. The appraisal forum for the plan schemes projects containing costing 200 crores and beyond is whom? Now this question has not been taken for the purpose of calculation by UPSC because दोनों ऑप्शन ठीक हैं ए और सी. यहाँ पे 200 एंड बियॉन्ड दिया गया है, जबकि एज पर द टेबल ऑफ अप्रेजल 200 से 500 करोड़ तक अप्रूव करने की पावर स्टैंडिंग फाइनेंस कमेटी के पास होती है एंड बियॉन्ड 500 करोड़ पब्लिक इन्वेस्टमेंट बोर्ड इज़ द अथॉरिटी टू अप्रेज. सो नाउ इन दिस क्वेश्चन बोथ आर राइट बिकॉज 200 से ऊपर कितना 500 600 300 में मेंशन नहीं किया है अपर लिमिट. दैट इज़ वाई दिस क्वेश्चन बिकम्स इनकरेक्ट एंड दैट इज़ वाई यूपीएससी इज़ नॉट टेकन दिस क्वेश्चन फॉर कैलकुलेशन. अदरवाइज अगर 200 से 500 होता तो आंसर होता ए. अगर बियॉन्ड 500 होता तो फ्लैट पावर इज़ विथ PIB. लेट मी शो यू दिस टेबल. सो हेयर इज़ द टेबल इन पैरा 8. सो यहाँ पे 500 से ऊपर जो पावर है इट्स विथ PIB and it's not 200 to 500, it's actually 100 to 500. Please correct. So it is SFC. So that is why this question has not been taken into consideration by UPSC. So next question is 116. Again it is asked from the old DFPR 1978, as per which schedules were given. And new DFPR of 2024 there is no mention of schedules. So as per this question it is asking which of the schedules deals with power to write off losses. So if you refer to the old DFR, it is schedule 7 on page 1 it is given. So please keep both the DFPRs, but now the questions will not be asked from this old DFPR. I'm just showing you because it was an old question paper and at that time DFPR 2024 was not published. So सोर्स तो आपको सबको शो करना ही है मुझे. अब नए सोर्स से प्रिपेयर करें. Question 117 says which one of the following statements regarding supernumerary posts are incorrect. This is also in old DFPR. So statement 1 says no duties are attached to a supernumerary post. That is true. It is a shadow post. It is personal to the officer for whom it is created. Yes, जब तक जिस ऑफिसर के लिए वो पोस्ट क्रिएट की गई है उसी के लिए ही वो यूज़ की जाएगी. अगर वो ऑफिसर टर्मिनेट हो जाता है या उस पोस्ट को ख़त्म कर दिया जाता है तो सुपरन्यूमरी पोस्ट भी इमीडिएटली ख़त्म हो जाएगी. ऑफिशिएटिंग अरेंजमेंट्स कैन बी मेड अगेंस्ट सच अ पोस्ट. नहीं, आप कुछ अरेंजमेंट इस तरह का नहीं कर सकते हैं कि पोस्ट क्रिएट करके किसी को ऑफिशिएट करने के लिए वहाँ पे आपने बिठा दिया है. दिस वोंट बी अलाउड. इट कैन बी क्रिएटेड फॉर इनडेफिनेट पीरियड. नहीं, जब तक जिस पर्पज़ के लिए उसको क्रिएट की गई थी किसी ऑफिसर के साथ अटैच किया गया था या ओवरऑल स्ट्रेंथ को नहीं बढ़ाती है. दिस पोस्ट डज नॉट इंक्रीज द टोटल स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ अ कैडर. जब पर्पज़ ख़त्म हो जाता है तो पोस्ट भी ख़त्म हो जाती है. So this statement is also incorrect. So question is asking which of the following statements are correct, incorrect. So if you know that statement 1 is correct, so this option will become wrong. If you know option 2 is also correct, so this statement is also incorrect. So यूपीएससी ने बनाए इस तरह से ऑप्शन है कि अगर आपको ये भी याद हो 1 और 2 तो भी आप सॉल्व नहीं कर पाएंगे. So you should know actually all these 4 options to solve this question. तो the question बार बार पूछा जा चुका है in past. That is why it becomes important to revise these DFPR 1978 also if you get time, but focus primarily on new DFPR. Let's move on to the next question 118. The authority for approval of the original cost estimate of a project scheme outlay for less than 50 crores. तो दो वर्ड्स होते हैं अप्रूवल और अप्रेजल. अप्रेजल फर्स्ट स्टेज पे होता है, अप्रूवल फाइनल स्टेज पे होता है. अप्रेजल एक तरह से आप एग्जामिन कर रहे हैं जो प्रोजेक्ट है उसके बारे में कि कितना क्या प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर चीज़ें होने वाली हैं। जब सब एग्जामिनेशन हो जाता है, अप्रेज कर लेती है कमिटी, देन इट गोज़ टू अ सीनियर अथॉरिटी फॉर अप्रूवल. So let's see on page 72 again, where we saw a table earlier, the power to approve a project or scheme up to 100 crore. So question is about 50 crores, less than 50, so less than 100 तक secretary of administrative ministry can approve. So right answer is option D. Now last two questions are not from GFPR or DFPR, they are from LTC and holiday home rules. So question 119 says the consider the following statements regarding LTC advance. So for this I will refer to an OM of LTC dated 30th April 2024. So some rules has changed. Let's solve this question. So first we'll go to statement 3. Advances to temporary government servants are sanctioned subject to production of surety of a permanent government servant. So इसके लिए आपको एडवांस LTC की PDF रेफर करनी होगी. एडवांस LTC की PDF, इट्स अ वेरी ओल्ड रूल, 1958 मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स ने इशू की थी. इन दिस पैरा 4 इट इज मेंशन दैट आपको एक श्योरिटी चाहिए होगी परमानेंट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट की. एडवांस ड्रॉ करना है अगर टेम्परेरी गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट को तो. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज ट्रू एंड स्टेटमेंट 3 इज ऑल्सो ट्रू. नाउ फर्दर स्टेटमेंट्स विल रेफर टू. So let's consider statement 4 first before moving ahead. LTC claims should invariably be preferred within 1 month of completion of return journey irrespective of the fact whether an advance was drawn or not. So हमने अभी देखा था, मैंने आपसे कहा था कि ये क्वेश्चन रिपीट हुआ है. टी क्लेम का क्वेश्चन था वो. LTC क्लेम के लिए टाइम लिमिट जो है वो इस क्वेश्चन में पूछी गई है. जस्ट बैक टू बैक पैराग्राफ से 2 क्वेश्चंस वाज आस्क्ड. LTC क्लेम्स इन्वेरिएबली विद इन 1 मंथ. इन्वेरिएबली नहीं होगा. अगर एडवांस ड्रॉ किया तो 30 डेज़ आफ्टर ड्यू डेट में से पहले आपको प्रेफर करना होगा. इफ़ एडवांस ड्रॉ नहीं किया है तो 60 डेज़ की टाइम लिमिट है. हेंस दिस स्टेटमेंट इज़ इनकरेक्ट. सो लेट्स solve other two statements also, statement 1 and 2. So I have opened the latest LTC rules by Ministry of Personnel issued in April 2024. So statement 1 of the question says the amount of LTC will be limited, advance will be limited to 90% of estimated amount which government would have reimbursed in respect of cost of journeys on both ways. Now this limit was set to 80% as per this OM. Let me show you the exact page in which this limit has been changed. So in this page number 10 in rule 15 it is mentioned that 4/5 of the estimated amount, it is which comes to 80% or 4/5, and this statement is incorrect. Next statement says if the period of leave taken by government servant exceeds 90 days after the advance already drawn for outward and return journey, advance in full has to be refunded. So 90 days has been drawn for advance for outward journey, not return journey. अगर outward journey से 90 days ज़्यादा हो गए हैं एडवांस लिए हुए तो आपको पूरा एडवांस रिफंड करना पड़ेगा गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट को. इसके लिए भी यहाँ पे रूल दिया हुआ है. फॉरवर्ड जर्नी टाइम at the time of commencement of forward journey. So this question has multiple keywords. When the period of leave, let me show you, the period of leave taken exceeds 90 days after advance drawn for both forward and return journey, advance has to be refunded in full. So now if you read this clause here, that only half of the amount has to be refunded. So it says if the limit of 90 days exceeded after the advance had already been drawn for both journeys, one half of the advance should be refunded. Hence, whole amount has not to be refunded, only half of the advance has to be refunded. Other half will be counted from the date of ending of return journey. So this statement is also wrong. It is half, not full. So this question has only one statement which is correct, which is statement number 3. Statement 1 is incorrect because of the change in rule at the time of showing this video in 2024. That's why UPSC gives the answers as 1 and 3, but now if you will solve this question, the right answer will be 3 only, because limit of 90% has been changed to 4/5, which is 80%. Okay. Let's move on to the next question, which is the last question of this video, which is on holiday homes, which is question number 120. Now for holiday homes, we don't have any particular website like Department of Expenditure or something. It is the website called eSampada for booking of holiday homes, where frequently asked questions and general terms and conditions of the booking of holiday homes have been given. So I'll refer to FAQs for solving this question, and let's open the FAQs first. Okay, so statement 1 is saying serving central government employees can book accommodation 60 days in advance from the date of check-in. Accommodation 60 दिन पहले बुक हो सकती है एक्चुअल चेक इन डेट से. सो एज पर फर्स्ट पेज नंबर 1 एंड पैरा 4 इट इज़ क्लेरिफाइड कि 60 दिन पहले बुक बिल्कुल हो सकती है. सो दिस इज़ ट्रू. Next, it is asking that there is no provision for refund of booking charges even if accommodation is not occupied. अगर आपने बुकिंग कर दी लेकिन आप नहीं गए किसी रीज़न से, तो there is no provision for refund. So this is also correct. Statement 3 is saying accommodation can be booked for a period not exceeding 5 nights except for मसूरी and गोवा, जो कि popular tourist destinations हैं. इसके केस में कैश exemption है. So at number 7 it is given that मसूरी, गोवा, उदयपुर, उनके पास केवल 3 नाइट का मैक्सिमम होगा, क्योंकि बिजी डेस्टिनेशन है तो यहाँ पे ज़्यादा लोग देख पाएँ, ज़्यादा लोग स्टे कर पाएँ. दैट्स वाई 3 दिन का यहाँ पे रिस्ट्रिक्शन है मसूरी, गोवा. तो दिस इज़ ऑल्सो करेक्ट. नाउ स्टेटमेंट 4 विल डिस्कस इट इन सम टाइम. लेट्स quickly go to statement 5 first. It says that retired central government employees can book accommodation 45 days in advance from check-in date. So again, in point 4 it is covered that retired central government employees can apply online within 30 days from check-in. So this is also correct. It is not 45, it is 30. So this statement is incorrect. Now next statement is number 4. For that we'll refer to terms and conditions of holiday homes. Let me open terms and conditions for you. So as per the terms and conditions for holiday homes, if you'll go to page number 4, let me go to page number 4. It is saying that retired government servants availing the facility of holiday homes and the presence of retired government servant is necessary at the time of checking in, and a photocopy of pension payment order should also be presented at the time of checking in. So question is also saying the same thing. Presence of retired servant is necessary, yes, and also photocopy of PPO should also be presented. So this is also true. Hence we have statement 1, 2, 3 and 4 as correct, and only one statement which is asked incorrect is statement 5. So इस क्वेश्चन में आपसे लास्ट में पूछा गया कि कौन सा स्टेटमेंट नॉट करेक्ट है, लेकिन अगर यही चीज़ आपकी यहाँ लिखी होती नॉट करेक्ट, तो हो सकता है कि आप गलत आंसर मार्क कर देते, बिकॉज ऑप्शन हो सकता था यहाँ पे 1, 2, 3 एंड 4. आपको लगता है कि क्वेश्चन सही स्टेटमेंट्स पूछ रहा है, तो आपका क्वेश्चन गलत हो जाता है. So this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you like the video. We will continue to make such informative videos in future. We'll try to solve maximum previous year question papers along with their official sources. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel and press the notification icon so that whenever we publish a new video, you will be updated and you can watch the video as soon as it is released. So till then, goodbye and take care.